All right, we are now in Google Classroom, and we'll go up to classwork, and it is called Publish Your Essay. It's a separate assignment. So you have your Google slide for the day like usual, but there's actually a separate assignment called Publish Your Essay. So we'll click on that. You can do this to open it, or you can click View. When you're finished, this is the page you use to click Mark as Done. Okay, so we'll click on that to open it up. And all it is a Google Doc, because you are the one that's going to be typing your essay here. So there's not a lot going on here, but you can read these instructions and then please delete them. I want you to read my instructions and then delete my instructions. So it says, type your essay here. Don't forget to include a title, your name, colors, and to use spell check. At the end, you will turn it in and also grade yourself on the paper rubric you brought home. Great. So you are going to delete this. Click right after it, so right after the period there, and then use one finger to hold down and then another finger to drag across and up, and then hit backspace or delete on your computer. Now you're ready to start typing. The first thing to do is give it a title. And if you're not ready to think of a title, you can come back later. Just think about what your essay is about and make a title that matches that. So, character traits in Frindle. I do not like this Smart Compose. It's trying to tell me what to write, but you already have your awesome essay, so you don't need that. So I might turn that off later. If yours has that, I can help you guys with that. All right, character traits in Frindle. That's my title. I'm going to press enter or return to go down one, and I'm going to put my name. Okay, the title and your name should be in the center, and the rest of the essay doesn't need to be center aligned. So let me show you what I mean. Right now I'm left aligned, which is really good for the essay. I want the essay left aligned. But for the title, we want that in the middle. So I'm going to select it, and I'm going to click center align to put it in the middle. If you want to change it, make it bigger, you can do that now. You can also wait if you want to get all the typing done with and then come back and have fun with the font at the end. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so to go down, I'm going to click enter or return. And I did a couple spaces. And now before I start typing, I need to left align it again because I don't want the typing all in the middle. I want it nice and even on the side, like this one. On the side here, it's nice and even. That's what left align looks like. So I'm going to come up here and click left align. If you forget to do that, you can fix it later. You don't have to delete everything, but that's how you do that. All right, now I'm ready to start typing. All I'm going to do is grab my rough draft, which is hopefully already revised, and then just start typing. And you want to remember to keep each page or paragraph separate and put a space between them. You also need to indent at the beginning of each paragraph. On a keyboard, to indent, you're going to press the Tab key. It's in the top left near caps lock and underneath the 1, the number 1. So I press Tab and watch what happens. It gives me a little indent, and then I'm going to start typing. Imagine if you were a character in a book. That would be pretty weird. There's my first paragraph. I don't need to color code it right now, but I do need to put a space before I go on to my next paragraph. So to do that on my keyboard again, I'm just going to click enter or return. It's right above the arrows, and then there's a shift key. It's right above the shift key. One time will take me down 1, and I want a space, so I'm going to click it again 2 times. Now I need to indent, so I'm going to press Tab, and then I'll keep going. All right, so I'm going to type up the rest of this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here's my essay. It's all typed up. You can see that It has spacing between each paragraph, and there is an indent at the beginning of each paragraph. Very important. Right here, I actually have too many spaces. To get rid of a space, I'm just going to click and hit delete or backspace. There we go. And then I'll do it one more time. Also, super important, remember, you can always undo. So let's say you're typing and you accidentally delete everything. It is not a problem if you just click undo. That arrow will take you back. You can also do Control Z. Really handy. Okay, next step is to do spell check. Really, really important that you do spell check. I don't want to print it out for you if there are a bunch of words that aren't spelled correctly, and I will send it back to you if you turn it in without doing spell check. So to do spell check, there are a few different ways. First, you can just come to the words that are underlined, and you can do that 2-finger light click that brings up the menu. So let me show you what that looks like. It'll bring up this menu, and it'll ask you if you meant that. So that's a really great way to do it. And then the second way to do spell check is to come up to tools, which should be right here. Okay. If you don't have that, if it looks like this and there's no menu up there, click on this arrow. All right. Coming up to tools, spelling and grammar. And then you have to slide over to the right and click spelling and grammar check. And it will show you the word and will ask you if you want to change it to that. You don't just want to hit accept on everything. You want to check that it actually is the word you wanted. Promptly, yes. New, yes. Characters, yes. Great. When you're finished, there should be nothing underlined on your page. Okay, so the next step is to play with the font and play with the colors. So if you're ready to color code it, go for it. If you want help, keep watching. Here's how you do it. You need to select it first, which means click right after it and then click and drag to select. Remember, if you accidentally delete it, click undo. So I want to make my hook darker green. And I have a few ways to do that. You can click on the A to change the font. Let's undo that. Or you can click on this if you like to highlight it, which can be fun. Okay, either way is fine. And then the thesis statement that I am going to explain or I'm going to describe is light green. Like that. And you can play around with your shades, okay? The conclusion is also going to be green. I'm leaving black the fun sentences I added in, or those advanced sentences where I mention the book, things like that. Those are going to stay in black. Now I'll start with my color coding. So it's similar to this, these colors. And you can also look at the example essay too to see the colors. The key star idea, like a star, they're yellow. So I click after it and then drag there, like that. I like to highlight this one because otherwise it doesn't really show up. If you just make it yellow, the text, it's not really going to show up like that. When I print it, you won't be able to see it very well. So I like to highlight this one. The transition, though, the transition words shouldn't be yellow. Those should actually be blue. So let me unhighlight that first. It's kind of tricky to unhighlight. I have to select it, come up to the highlighter and click none. And now I want to change it to blue. So the transition words should all be blue. Any shade of blue that you want. For example, should be blue. That's a transition word. And then the evidence is going to be red. We use red for our evidence. All right, so I'm just doing transition word and then my evidence here. Remember, if something gets deleted, do Control Z or undo. All right, next I have another transition word. You like that blue. And then another transition word. And then the explanation is pink. The end doesn't need any color because you already color coded your conclusion statement. This is extra, and oh, I forgot, this sentence is an extra sentence that I added in, so that can be black. Okay, now I'm going to change the font, the color, or I did the color, I can change the size. I want to change the size, but not of everything, because look, I have all this space down here, so I can change the size. So let me make, first of all, I want the title a little bigger, and then I want this to be a little bit bigger. And I'm going to kind of see how that looks. I have a little more space. 18 is too big. I don't really like it anyways. So let's go for 16. I can actually type in, or 15, enter. You can type in a custom font size. Great, I like that. Now I'm going to put my name in italics because I think that looks nice. I'm going to bold the title. And then if you want to, I could make it a little bigger, or I could put a picture at the bottom if I have room. I still want it to fit on one page so that it's easy for me to print and put up on the wall. But if you have space down here, you could put in a picture from the web. So I'll search for the title, or you could search for a pen and put a ballpoint pen in there. Brindle book cover. Let's see if it'll come up. No, I got something completely different. I wonder if that's the author. Well, there's a few different people on there. Anyways, maybe I'll put a pen on there. So I need to resize that so that it fits on one page. And then I want this in the middle, so I select it and I'm going to center align it. Okay, there we go. If you want to change the font, if there's a blank page after, that is fine. I just don't want your essay spilling onto this page. But if that pops up down there, don't worry about that. So there you go. If you want to change the font, you can do Control A to select all, and then you can pick out a different font. Totally up to you. All right. When you're all finished, remember you're going to go back to here and click mark as done or turn in or whatever that box says. And that is how you publish an essay. Please send me a chat or an email or let me know if you have any questions or if you need any help. And don't forget at the very end, so you've turned it in, you're all done. I still want you to grab this paper, put your name on it, and grade yourself. All right, have fun. I'm really excited to see your essays.